Hey everybody, this is Miss Florida Hot Picks here, giving you guys an updated workout for Pick 3 Georgia. And I had a very simple question. A member had asked, how did you guys get this 068 hit on February 2nd? So I went back a couple of days. I was comparing between the 123 rundown and the 317 rundown, and I stumbled upon a hot pattern. This could be one of the hottest, easiest patterns yet for Georgia. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned. Go grab you a pen and paper and take some really good notes. I will caution you, what I'm about to share with you, you're not going to see every day, but when you see it, pay attention, play on paper first, make sure your predictions are spot on, and then move forward. Okay, so Pick 3 Georgia, they had a hit of 527 on January 31st, nighttime. You guys have 3 draws per day. Go figure, right? So we're using again the 317 rundown. Now, with that, if you don't know how to add and put one together, they're very simple to do. You're going to add each number down the columns. So for the first column, we would add 3 all the way down. So 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Only use your 1, okay? Your 1's place. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. Use your 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. Use your 2. And 2 plus 3 is 5. So the number you start with will be the number that you end with. And then you're going to add 1 all the way down the second column, 7 all the way down that third column. Now, I want you to pay attention to the right side of your grid. You're going to come up especially with mirrors. What are mirror numbers? Mirror numbers are the same number, but they're opposite. You know how you have the doubles 2, 2, right? Or 7, 7. Sometimes you'll get a mixture of both. And they'll look like this. 2, 7, or its mirror 7, 2. Same number, opposite, okay? So make sure you know your mirror numbers, guys. A 0 could be a 5, or 5 could be a 0. 1 could be a 6, 6 could be a 1. 2 could be a 7, 7 could be a 2. 3 could be an 8, 8 could be a 3. 4 could be a 9, and a 9 could be a 4. Okay, so those are mirror numbers. In case you didn't know, now you know. I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to share with you. Okay, when you see your mirror numbers, because sometimes these will be doubles, that changes the rhythm a little bit. But when you have mirrors, please highlight them. That's your first step. Identify your mirrors, okay? And I want you to pay attention to the numbers that come diagonally down and upward. And you're going to do this to both sides of the rundown. Why? Because these numbers after the halfway point are just mirrors of all of these numbers. 527 becomes a 072. You see that? 834 becomes a 389. 141 becomes a 696. They're just mirrors. But because you don't know where your state may hit from, if you happen to use this pattern, you want to be armed. You want to make sure you cover yourself. You know how many people have told me, Miss Florida, I almost had the hit, but I didn't use the mirror version of that number. Well, this is why. So I want you to carefully start looking. You're going to see something amazing, and you've probably seen this before. Now notice how this number diagonally goes 068. I'm going to write that down. But it comes down diagonally 086. Okay, so they're the same numbers. They're the same numbers, right? When you have mirrors, they'll have the same number, they'll just be in a different order. Okay, I don't know which order they'll come in. If they'll come in any of those two, because they may come in a whole nother order. But it's a good spot. The 2-7, let's look at that. You got a 531 going down. And then if you look here, because I don't see what's going up here, I'll use the 2-7 here. You got a 513. Now again, it really pauses only for 2 numbers. Okay, so you're looking really just at 2 possible numbers. That is so awesome. That's why I really like this. And I've had videos on this years before, but I'm starting to see that things, hey, sometimes pick up, or sometimes we haven't been looking at them, so we'll miss them, right? Okay, well, guess what hit It did take a couple of days, but the 068, hopefully that answers our members' question of where the 068 came from. Using the 317 rundown, it came here from their 527, and it hit February 2nd, nighttime. This went nighttime to nighttime, which is another pattern in itself. I know you guys are like, Miss Florida, how do we know which draw they're going to play? My state has 3 to 4 draws per day. I just don't know. Here's the thing, booze. I don't always know. But if your state is telling you, pay attention, okay? It may not always work out like that. Sometimes they gonna make you wait on that number. And some of you know that already, right? Right, okay. But the 068, we could have caught it. We'll catch it here. It was actually 068 in that order if you're looking upward, okay? So you had it 2 ways, okay? I'm not telling you to play all those ways, but those, at least you know the 2 possible numbers. Here's one more key thing. I want you to pay attention to those 7s. This was part of a wing out, okay? This does not happen every day. You see how this is an extension of itself? 277, 722. I noticed this happened, and I'm going to show you one more time where this happened again, because I want you to know how serious just looking at these rundowns can give you some hot patterns to look for, okay? I'm not going to guarantee that they're going to happen every day. They will not. So when you see them, you have to keep your eye out, okay? If you don't know what to play, play on paper. But yeah, the other cool thing was I noticed that the false trip, the 772, happened to play on its date number. Now this can be date some number, date number. You have to be careful. My thing is, when you see this, I would expect to play this out for, you know, a couple of days. Why? Because I don't want to miss it if possible, right? Right. Okay. So there you have it. If you like that so far, go ahead and give your girl a thumbs up. I so appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Do so right now. Hit that subscribe. And make sure when you guys get a chance after the video is done, go ahead and look into that membership so we can have more deeper workouts. You're going to get those first before the public even hits it. And also you're going to get those prediction lists, which are amazingly hot, if I say so myself. And plus our member-only live streams. So you definitely don't want to miss it, especially if you want to get deeper and better with your game, right? Okay. Let me show you one more time, guys. Let me share something else with you. Having fun? Yeah, Miss Florida, you know, you all right. I appreciate that. Okay, so Pick 3 Georgia, once again, you guys had a hit of 125. February 1st, nighttime game. Nighttime. Notice something about nighttime? Those that have ears to hear. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is I need to locate my mirrors. Notice this is a wing out, because you may see this, you may not see a wing out. And I'm not telling you they're going to always do this with the wing out. It's just something I've noticed. Okay, now the next step is figuring out what numbers. Okay, so I'm looking at the 735, 753. I'm just going to write one number down. And then here I see a 280, 208. I'm just going to write that number down. Okay, so these are the 2 numbers that I'm looking for maybe for the next 2 days. You notice it took 2 days for that other number to come. Well, guess what it did again? It took 2 days. It went nighttime to nighttime, 375. So when I hear people talking about how rundowns don't work or all this yada yada, I understand the frustration, because some people don't want to find patterns. And maybe they feel they're not that great at it, so they just give up. And then they start telling people what's not true, and that's not true at all. A lot of folks benefit. So make sure when you guys are studying your state, study it for yourself, not even for what I'm telling you. Study it for yourself. You'd be surprised what you'll learn from your own state if you start studying your rundowns, okay? Well, guys, another hit. another hit video, and I'm so excited. You guys make sure you get those thumbs up. I appreciate you. Make sure you take the time, subscribe to your girl, giving you guys some value. Hope you find that I am. And definitely, if you want to take it to the next level, join that membership. We'll have the link in the description. We'll see you guys on the next video.